The Edmonton Oilers are in beautiful Montreal, Canada for what could be a very special occasion as Leon Draisaitl sits at 999 career points. He would become the fifth Edmonton Oiler in franchise history to hit that milestone. But Dan, this is a business trip. We're here for 2 points in the standings. Anything from Leon Draisaitl is just a bonus. The Oilers, second half of a back-to-back after bringing, I'll say it, belt to ass last night against the Toronto Maple Leafs. They quickly hopped on a plane, headed over to Montreal. Le Habitant, I believe we said earlier. Is that how you say it? What does that mean? Because I've heard people say it before, but it should be a good one. Habs as well on the second half of a back-to-back. A little Sunday night hockey. We're down here at Dogpatch. Should be a good one. It's very Christmassy down here, but hello and welcome to the Tis the Siz edition of Pregaming with Bordzy. Still brought to you by Bet365. Download the app today, 19 plus, because whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. This evening, I'm joined by Santa Claus, OG of Oilers Nation, one Dan Gallant, who was recently, leave it for what it is, I saw on Yegwave that there was a man running in a Santa suit around a certain area of town. I won't dox you completely right now, but the moment I saw it, I went, I know, I bet my life that was Dan running around the Santa suit. First thing I asked him today, is this you? Yes, it was.
It is me. I am running around the south side of Edmonton, the southeast corner of Edmonton, in my Santa suit, just spreading a little bit of holiday cheer around the neighborhood and just trying to put some smiles on some faces. But the Edmonton Oilers have been doing that for us in recent times. A bit of a trap game today, I would say.
I'm tired of hearing the words trap game.
No, you're not
recently.
afraid
the
of the
Edmonton
Montreal
Oilers,
Canadiens?
No, I'm not. They leak goals. They
Good.
leak oil. The Edmonton Oilers, they've been scoring goals lately. Connor McDavid is just on another, forgive my language, but another fucking level right now. He's on another universe, different planet. This guy's out of control lately, and I think it's going to continue tonight against the Canadiens in the Bell Center, one of the most famous arenas in North America. But first things first, let's get caught up in the chat because we kick things off with an incredible super chat. Once again, super chats always in support of the Ben Stelter Foundation. Dan, you're doing stuff with the Ben Stelter Foundation soon, I believe.
I am. The run that I'm doing is going to culminate with myself and a buddy, the elf impersonator, running in downtown Edmonton. And we're just trying to raise a few funds for the Ben Stelter Foundation, as well as the Super Chat, which is always raising the funds for them. Doing great work over there, especially during the holiday season. They come together for Ben's Cup. We come together for Ben's, I don't know what they call the curling championship.
I don't know. I think it's just like a different version of Ben's Cup.
It's awesome to see. They bring people together right around this time of year, and we do it all in the name of Ben Stelter, who his story will live on forever in this fandom for sure.
I love how they've created the foundation because you just said it beautifully. It lives on forever. There's an impact that Ben is going to make in this city, in this province, this country, this world. Damn it, it's been good. But the point I was trying to make, huge super chat. $69.99 from Nation Idiot. He says, Leon 1000 point night. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Did they jump onto the ice? If and when, let me knock on wood. Don't want to be that guy in the pregame show, but if and when it happens, do the Oilers clear the bench and head out onto the ice, or is Leon not even react when he gets playing 1000?
You know, I was thinking about this. We were talking about it just before we went on air. I don't know if the Oilers jumped onto the ice with Connor McDavid's 1000th point. The chat can probably confirm that for us. But for me, I think that if he had gotten the 1,000 points yesterday at the tail end of what would have been a 4-point game for him, I think that you may have seen the team come onto the ice, and the Leafs understand that. But I don't think you see it tonight. I think that this is business now. It was going to be fluff and kind of a fun story for them last night against Toronto, but against these Canadiens, I think they want the 2 points.
It's all about the 2 points. The Oilers, they've been figuring it out lately. More on that in a minute. They've turned it around, specifically since that Dallas Stars game. Austin, though, he was the first comment. He's in, of course. He says, Bordzy, fire up this fucking band, baby. The rest of you know the drill. 1 belt, 2 conditioner, 3 chill the bevies, 4 big dogs gotta eat, 5 Habs are dog shit is what that is, 6 hope will never die. I am also wearing my finest Christmas attire. So we are down here for Dogpatch for Tis the Siz. More on that in just a second. A couple of the people over there in the market, they were looking at my shirt and they went, where the hell do I get that? Nationgear.ca, baby. That's where you get that. Dre's in. Do the Oilers all come off the bench tonight to celebrate for Leon's 1K? Tyler loves when teams do that. I'll be embarrassed because I chirped. What was it for David Pastrnak? I don't know if it was 1,000 points, but either way, the whole team ran out on the bench for what was a pretty meaningless goal out on the ice. I don't want the Oilers to do that. Lauren, you already know they're going to be feeding Leon pucks all night. Leon, he's featured in Bordzy's bankroll tonight. We're feeling good about him. Davin, are we feasting tonight? Because he heard the Habs like getting scored on. Yeah, they do. They're second last in the NHL in goals against per game. Like the over tonight, that's for sure. Then Mr. Burns, let's go Oilers. Time for another day of Beltmas. Cup, yeah.
Cup, yeah.
There we go. Rusty, happy L1000 end day. Shout out Leon, Veronica, my queen. Just a simple let's go Oilers in there. And then Alex, Pick's last chance to redeem himself. I don't know, Dan, I've been saying that for about 3 weeks, it feels like now, with Calvin Pickard, and this team seems committed. More on that in a bit, but the fact that Pickard is the one that is still standing with the shit show that was the Oilers crease a couple of weeks ago, it is a little bit funny. Your new stepdad, Pickard, greater than everyone else.
I think Pickard's just reset the clock.
We
got to reset the clock on both goalies. It's a new slate right now. This is Pickard's chance to just kind of restart things.
Let's go. Fresh year. And then the calendar will turn to 2026. Maybe that will help as well. Then we got this. Why is Jarry not starting? Well, it's the second half of a back-to-back. They don't do that in the modern-day NHL.
Welcome to your new team. Let's play 48 hours, 2 games.
Yeah, let's go. You know what? Just throw them right the fuck in the fire. Then we got Hurt and Oilburton. Big pick game tonight. Dre then called you Santa Claus as well.
Wow, that is what I do try to tell the kids, because I don't want to steal the thunder from the real Santa Claus that we all trust and believe in. Santa Claus, I'm happy to take on that moniker.
I like Gio in the Facebook chat says Pod Coles and Hattie tonight. Woo-hoo. Let's go. The way Vasily Podkolzin was playing last night and has been recently, I believe he's got 3 goals in his last 5 games.
Crossbar at the end of that at the end of the game on Thursday night as well.
When Ryder that of the sauce, just bought his new Podkolzin jersey for that game. He bet on a Pod's anytime goal, and then he rings it off the crossbar in an empty net. That is just crushing stuff. But Dan, first things first, let's talk about what we got going on down here in Dogpatch. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. It's a horrible Sunday morning for New England Patriots fans everywhere, but I digress. This is an unbelievable atmosphere. They got, you think that's funny? Oh, you think that's funny? It's a bad day to be a Drake May fan, I tell you that. But there's an awesome, awesome market going down here at Dogpatch. Shout out the ladies of Oilers Nation, most notably Kennedy, Maddie, and then Lisa, of course, the other part of the sauce. But this is unbelievable, Dan. They got little shops set up everywhere, all kinds of merchandise, little candles, jewelry, some knitted things as well. Daniel, show the people what you got.
Tons of local vendors, which is just awesome to see. And yes, wanted to give a little shout out to one of our vendors here today. The Emotional Support Chickens, Game Time Chickens on social media is here today, and they brought one of their little ones, and then they brought out the new pillow-sized option, which is just amazing when we start talking about our former goaltender. I'm just going to get into my emotions here.
When I talk about Stu, I'll hold it. When you talk about Stu, you'll hold it.
Tough times, but
then when I think about Brett Kulak, I'll cry on my real pillow.
And then we were just handed this hot off the press right before we went on the air. If you head over to Sarah D Boutique, and I believe that's not today, but in the following days, and you use the code Tis the Siz 20. So that's SarahDBoutique.ca. And then the code is Tis the Siz 20, and then that will be getting you 20% off your order. Thanks to just being able to follow this stream and following Oilers Nation.
Shout out to all the people that came out here. It's a very homey Christmas vibe going on right now. They got special drinks being made by the wonderful Dogpatch staff, of course, and then they got tattoos going on upstairs as well.
I was very, very confused walking into a full-blown tattoo
There's
studio
multiple
upstairs.
tattoo tables just laid around upstairs. I'm curious, Brett has been tattooed once before live on Pregaming with Bordzy. We left him alone up there with the tattoo artist. Brett, any chance you're going to be putting down some ink on that beautiful body of yours today?
I should pull him in right now and get a camera on. I'll pay.
Let's ask him what he thinks of the Tristan Jarry trade.
Yeah. $65 flashes and $100 for another one of their sets here too. So yeah, maybe I'll pull him in and I'll get a camera and we'll do one.
Dude, this is an unbelievable event we got going on. Shout out to the ladies of Oilers Nation because, damn it, Dan, tis the Siz. Also, hey, there's Lisa, the studio audience. She's loving it. She's loving it. Other than that, I'll address it, the elephant in the room, and then we'll move on. Yes, the New England Patriots had a 21-0 lead on the Buffalo Bills earlier today. A 24-7 lead at halftime. And yes, they found a way to fuck that up. It was bad. It was not good. I am incredibly crushed, and we will leave it at that because we're here to talk about the NHL, not the NFL.
It was 21-0.
It was. Me and Tyler made a mayor's bet that if the Patriots won, he had to wear the Drake May jersey or shirt. And then if the Bills win, I have to wear the Josh Allen jersey or shirt. So I'm going to have to do that on Tuesday. Good at,
what is it, a number 25?
Josh Allen?
What number does
17.
He wear? Yeah, there you go.
Quarterback wearing 25? That'd be bold. It'd be bold.
I meant it when I said that the fact that I won our office fantasy league when I haven't watched a snap of NFL.
Whoa. Won the regular. You got first place.
Season. Hey,
you got
regular
first
season,
place,
that's the hardest championship to get.
Hey, you know what I'll meet you on? Bye weeks. The 1 and 2 seeds of the Oilers Nation Fantasy Football League. Oh, that's right. They also got playoffs going down as well. So there's some serious stress. It's nice to step away for about an hour of pre-gaming here, and I'm not going to look at my phone because I got a lot up in the air in the afternoon slate. I'm just going to let it be, let it lie, and then we'll see if I am victorious at the end of this as well. First things first, I want to give a shout out the Nation Vacation. It's coming up in March 2026, March 24th to the 27th. Hey, it's flying off the shelves right now. NationGear.ca. Make sure to get over there before it is sold out because there will be FOMO among FOMO. All right, Daniel? You've been to Vegas a couple times. You used to be the king of the Nation Vacation. You ran it. Then you passed it along as you do to the younger generation, the torch.
It got passed along, and you know what? Vegas is always going to have a special place in my heart. I've got married there. I've taken 3 different Nation vacations down to Vegas. It is a heck of a time. If you're looking for something that is a gift where you can give yourself a little bit something as well, the double occupancy option is there. So you can go down with your friends, but it is just a time to be able to come down and meet. I like to tell people about the story of Sergeant Battle, where was kind of just a person in a wallflower in the chat maybe and engaging with us a little bit here and there, but he came on the Vegas Nation vacation and got roomed with a random person and just kind of became a part of the crew, and now he spends his time when he's not in our chat with us, and he's a part of the family and the part of the group, and it's a way for you to kind of be able to come and be a part of the crew and go into enemy territory.
Oh yeah,
at the end of the game. Yeah. And I can't express enough. And if you get an opportunity, I'm privileged enough to have been able to go to a couple of away games in my life, and being able to go to another away team's barn and watch your team walk them out of the building is something else. And these Edmonton Oilers, especially around that time of the season, are going to be clicking on all cylinders. So if you're going to be planning to be going to see an away game, you might as well do it with your friends at the Nation Vacation.
Come on down to Sin City. Also, this isn't like promised or anything, but are you aware what Sergeant Battle's doing in January?
I've heard rumors.
He is officially doing his internship here at Oilers Nation. So no promises.
So even more.
But there's an example that if you go on a Nation Vacation, you will end up 4 or 5 years later with a 4-month internship. Unpaid internship. I'll leave it at that. But shout out Sergeant Battle. He's going to be joining us. That's where I met him. I had worked at Oilers Nation for like 1 month and then basically came on the trip to Vegas. Especially the first time I really talked to you. That's a good place to get to know somebody, damn it. That's why me and Dan, we boys ever since. Also, Nick said Stastney tattoo to Brett. And Maddie's just moving it along.
Got him.
$65 for a sauce tattoo. And then Sasky, my bet. She says, brother, that sweater is not on Nation gear, damn it. That feels like an oversight from the company over here. So we'll wear that one. And then the guy Loose Leaf, shout out him. He says Bordzy was just at Sports Closet in Sherwood Park. This guy works at the weed store that I go to. Cream City is the holiday gift for everybody this year. Pre-gaming with Bordzy shirts, that could still be a holiday gift available at nationgear.ca. But okay.
We can confirm those are there.
Yeah, I know those are there, baby. One of them sold like a week or two ago randomly. Kennedy notifies me every time it's sold.
To that
so I'm like, booyah,
baby.
Middle of
the night, you get a text from Kennedy to let you know.
I wake up, I can't go back to bed after I know somebody's bought a pre-gaming shirt. But all right. That's 15 minutes of straight nonsense. Now we can talk about the Edmonton Oilers because the Tristan Jarry era, it kicked off last night, and the Edmonton Oilers are 1-0 in that era. He stopped 25 of 28, finishes with an .893 save percentage. We're not doing this whole sub 900 box score hunter thing with Tristan Jarry again, because he was excellent in this game. He turned aside 1.18 goals above expected for all the nerds out there that want that. And he looked awesome in that hockey game. I said it was a weird feeling I had yesterday, Dan, was I felt supremely confident in my goaltender in the crease. He was moving very well, side to side. The lateral movement, we always talk about it with Stu and how it doesn't look pretty. It looks rigid at points. He's overcommitting, flopping around. Tristan Jarry, it's only one game, but he looked pretty solid in his Oilers debut. And attribute to the fact that he started last night 30 hours after he was told that he was getting traded, hopped on a plane, got to the Four Seasons in Toronto, didn't have a full practice with the squad, just a morning skate. Then he had his new pads ready to go, though. He had those ready to be debuted. Daniel, I'm curious, your thoughts overall on the Tristan Jarry NHL debut, Oilers debut last night?
Well, overall, I got to be honest. The whole kind of scenario was just didn't play out how I expected it to. I really thought he was going to be playing against Montreal.
Mm-hmm. I did too.
Really thought that, because to me that gives you the opportunity to then go back to Pickard against Pittsburgh if things don't go necessarily great. But anyways, things went great last night. And then I was really surprised that he played in the new equipment. I thought for sure that we were going to see him in black and gold equipment for a few more games before he was able to get home and get that new equipment worked in. But credit to him to be able to overcome both of those issues, wearing his old mask, I will add.
And stick.
And those are two factors that I think a lot of people maybe kind of overlook. But as soon as he changes that mask, we're gonna have a little bit of an adjustment phase there. But it was nice to see him comfortable in this crease. I really felt like overall that was a game that I think Stuart Skinner probably would have won for us as well. Was kind of my sentiment afterwards. We can't be thinking like that all the time, and we're not going to be thinking like that all the time. But the comparisons are there. But yeah,
you brought up Stuart Skinner. I want to hold my stuff again.
I'm with you. I'm with you when you say that there's a different sense around the city with the new acquisitions where you're just going to be comfortable, a little bit more comfortable with them. They haven't scorned you yet. You haven't been burned by giving them some blind faith yet. So we're on that new slate, that clean slate.
He gets the benefit of the doubt until we eventually get burned, like we have been with every goaltender. Also, this is soft as hell, dude. I started doing that as a joke. Now that's
high quality.
Just feels like my actual emotional support stuffy thing we got over here. But then you mentioned it that when the Oilers play like that, and more specifically, when Connor McDavid plays the way he played last night, I think any goaltender could grab it up because he looked like he was not going to be denied. And McDavid has been on a different level. Last night's matchup between the Oilers and Leafs, it's always one that's defined by its stars, right? It's McDavid versus Matthews, Draisaitl, Nylander. It used to be Marner in there as well. But last night, it wasn't even close. McDavid and Draisaitl combined for 6 points. Austin Matthews and William Nylander combined for 2 shots between the two of those superstars. McDavid, otherworldly, 2 goals, 1 assist. Shout out Troy Stetcher for bearing the one into the net as well. But he had Morgan Riley back on the highlight reel once again, shying away as McDavid just split the Red Sea and goes through for the first goal of the game. But McDavid has been unbelievable. In his last 5 games, he has 7 goals, 8 assists, and 15 points. And here you look at this graphic on your screen. His first 12 games of the season, he had 14 points, averaging 1.16 points per game. And his last 20, the man's up to 37 points, 1.85 points per game. And the thing that we have noticed recently for Connor McDavid is he is shooting the puck. He's ripping the pill. He is committed that, hey, sometimes it is best if 97 isn't looking to make the pretty play. He's just throwing it on net. We recently saw one great to start a game where he just fires it off the goalie's pad, goes right to Nugent Hopkins. Excellent hockey IQ, knows it's going to be there. Good things happen when 97 shoots the puck, but good things right now are just happening every time 97 is on the ice.
It's amazing how the best player in hockey can make your team look like the best team in hockey sometimes. And for Connor McDavid, it really does feel like at the start of every year, he's kind of just like looking around the room like, is anybody else going to get this going, or is it going to have to be me? And every single season, we do find that the best player in hockey has to be that guy for this team to kind of wake up. I'm hopeful that trend won't continue, but I mean, darn us for being guilty for having Connor McDavid on this team. He is unreal. And when he is on that next level, you can't help but look around the rest of the team and be like, come on, guys, match that.
You're not going to waste that
Match
performance,
that
are you?
energy. And yes, that's exactly it. Do not walk away from the board where we talk about the goaltenders and we talk about Stuart Skinner. Sometimes you lose those efforts from him where he would have a great night and it wouldn't turn out well for him. You cannot do that when you've got Connor McDavid flying like he is. You get somebody great like Podkolzin comes out and has a wonderful night in response to that. It's unbelievable. This team is clicking on all cylinders right now.
And there we are. Leon Draisaitl. Don't even totally mention him in there. He had 3 points last night. Him and Pods. That game, hey, it was there for the taking to start the third period, and the Edmonton Oilers just snatched it from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Back-to-back quick goals from Bordzy. Beautiful assist on the second one from Leon Draisaitl. The, without a doubt, best backhand passer in the NHL. I don't want to hear another word about it. Also, Nathan said that's a sick hoodie, Dan. Is that a Hockey Fights hoodie there?
This is a Hockey Fights hoodie.
Shameless plug?
I'm not sure if they're available on Nation Gear. I don't want to promise that, but if you do go ahead to nationgear.ca, there is a Hockey Fights section. I don't want to promise what's available at this very moment. Everything is kind of in flux with the Hockey Fights store, but
we don't know what the hell's going on.
Hopefully we'll be able to bring you guys some clothing soon.
My mouth's for my writing checks. My body can't cash. The nationgear.ca.
I don't want to promise the viewers something that they're going to come back before.
Also, our queen, Tammy Z, she's in. I was curious last night. I didn't see her. She said, sorry, I wasn't here for After Dark last night. She then threw in a $34 super chat in honor of our new goalie's win last night. Stick taps heart for Ben always. And then she added $1 because I was also confused. I was like 34 in honor for. She meant 35. She must just missed it. But she got the other $1 in there,
of course. Just rubbing it into Austin that he lost that game
because she supports the Ben Stelter Foundation. Also, who is it? Maximus. March 24th, looking real tempting for a nation vacation. Get them now, brother. Get them while they're hot. But then the other thing about the Edmonton Oilers, right, is we often talk about the TSN turning point of the season and what was rock bottom for the Edmonton Oilers, because there was 3 candidates for that one this season. It was the 9-1 loss to Colorado Avalanche on a Saturday night, then the 5-1 loss to the Buffalo Sabres, and then the 8-3 loss to the Dallas Stars. But really, since that one on November 25th, the Oilers have found a way to turn it around, and they have woken up a little bit. Brett, throw up this graphic here as well, because this one's lovely to see. The Oilers have gone 5-1-1 in their last 7 games since that embarrassing loss to the Dallas Stars. They've improved their goals for per game by over an entire goal, and now they've even cleaned things up defensively, as they're only allowing 2.14 goals against over those last 7. We know about the Oilers. Their power play is as rock solid as ever. Their penalty kill, their special teams as a whole has been rock steady this year for the Edmonton Oilers. And Daniel, everything seems to be clicking. I think it's hilarious because throughout all 3 of these losses this year, I've sat in this pre-gaming chair and gone, hey, could this be the rock bottom? Is this where the Edmonton Oilers start to figure it out? I'm sure there will be another bad game later on this season, but it does feel like the Oilers are at least, they found out what their game should be, and now they have an identity a little bit. They've been defending well in front of Pickard, Skinner, Jarry, doesn't matter, and they have as a team figured out some of their defense to an extent. And then, as we know about the Edmonton Oilers, we're never going to apologize for outscoring our problems. The offense is clicking without a Jack Roslovic in the lineup as well. It's kind of rolling right now for the Oil.
Yeah, well, and I mean, this team, those losses aren't just losses. Like, those are losses where you've given up. You've lost the plot. Even like you go a step further than just losing. And it was raised, I don't remember who it was on the Oilers Nation radio podcast there on Friday during our last episode, where they said, I think it was Liam said that he doesn't believe that the Oilers are going to have another blowout in them where they get blown out the rest of the season. And I still think that this team has a little bit
of like 2 or 3 more
defensive lapses for sure. But I love that confidence. I admire that confidence from him. This team, it just like they need to be able to punch back once you get down, and we've seen it in the playoffs in the recent years where they get down against a team and get beat up, and then they were able to respond in the game after that and follow it up with a good effort. They need to be able to do that, and it's frustrating as a fan that we continue to have to watch this team season. This is 3 seasons in a row now where we've talked ad nauseum about how the starts are just slow, and this team starts slow. We're done with that again. It's December. things are starting to roll and click together, and the special teams are special. The 5-on-5 hockey is consistent and strong. It's just working well. And now, we've got our goalie. We've got our guy that Pickard doesn't have to worry about starting anymore, because Tristan Jarry is getting the healthy starts there. Calvin Pickard could just be a backup, come in and spot duties against the weaker teams, the Montreal Canadiens of the world, and get a win for us.
Here's to hoping, baby. Calvin Pickard tonight getting the start, and then Canuck Flames suck. Love that name. Since Penn's lost again, Skinner's going to have his work cut out for him on his debut, which, dude, it's crazy enough that could be Tuesday against the Edmonton Oilers. Nothing like ripping the Band-Aid off of playing your old team. At least it's not in Edmonton for Stu to have to do that so quickly. But Tuesday, got some high billing there if we're going to get a Jarry v. Skinner thing figured out or starting out there.
It's one of those things where the matchup just seems too salacious to happen. Like, I really don't believe.
Whoever wins that game wins the trade.
I'm trying to figure out the roadmap that we don't get what we're lining up for right now. But yeah, it really just feels like, because Stuart Skinner and Brett Kulak both had alleged immigration issues to be able to get into Pittsburgh for their first game as a Pittsburgh Penguin, so they missed that one. If they're able to get across, which I haven't heard that they are able to get their immigration status figured out, what a weird game that is going to be. It's going to be an emotional one for sure.
But I hope the Oilers light them up. Yes, God above?
Not only have the Penguins lost 2 straight games this weekend, but they have blown their leads in both of them. Like, massive leads. 5-1 or something, I believe, in their game last night to the Sharks, and then another, I think, 3-goal lead tonight.
I like that Skinner shutout loading. Stu's going to shut us out for sure. Love the confidence of Oilers fans, because that would be unbelievable. I mean, you just have to sit there and laugh if that was the case. But then tonight,
we'll talk about that in the post game.
Exactly. The other goaltender that's involved in the soccer game is one Calvin Pickard. Our pal Cal is getting the start, making his 9th start of the season. It's kind of crazy to me. I mentioned it, that after everything and all the early season struggles with the Edmonton Oilers crease, that somehow Calvin Pickard still sits here unscathed. It's like, I'm not even going to say what I was about to say there, but he's been borderline unplayable throughout this season. He's got a 4.04 goals against average, and his save percentage is well below 900. I don't even totally want to say what it is. He has only, out of his 10 appearances this year, had 2 games where he's above 900. It's been okay as of late. Like, once again, it's nothing you write home about. It's wins where the Oilers, they're able to outscore some of their problems. His last game was a win against the Seattle Kraken. He allowed 4 goals on 32 shots for another sub-900 save percentage. I tell you, Daniel, you were kind of explaining the news to me that the Skinner and Pickard hugs did mean a little bit extra in that final game.
Yes.
And then I saw some clips yesterday of, like, it's going to take time for the Jarry-Pickard relationship to blossom into a beautiful flower of its own. But share with the class what you heard about the hug.
Yeah, so it came up during the broadcast last night during Hockey Night in Canada. They were just mentioning that in the last, I think it was Elliot that said it was the last 10 games or so that they've been doing the hug, but they know that the fans are paying attention. And so when they got into their hugs, they kind of were saying to each other, let's hold on a little bit longer just to kind of get the conversation going and to show some unity, because at the end of the day, I think that, you've talked about it with the Calvin Pickard, and now the news is kind of trickling out there. The rumors are trickling out there that Skinner had lost perhaps the confidence of the locker room, which does happen. It's natural that these guys are human beings, and they go to war with these guys season after season, and they see the same things over and over again. The fan base is clamoring for it. Perhaps the locker room is too. And so I think that's going to happen. It's just the way it goes. But you see a guy like Calvin Pickard, who is a glue guy in the locker room, I think, more than we perhaps
without a doubt he is
perhaps appreciated ahead of the Tristan Jarry trade. But you now see it, and yeah, I think it's important for this team going forward to have a good backup in Pickard and be able to have some solidification there. But I know the chat is clamoring for Connor Ingram, and I understand that's our ace in the hole. That's our next kind of option.
That's the bullet we've had loaded forever.
but I really do hope that Pickard is able to kind of, again, use that clean slate opportunity to turn some things around here, turn the narrative around for him, because he's been a really good prototypical backup for us.
And in the clutchest moments in the
He's
NHL
gotten us through.
playoffs.
He's
You're
gotten
never
us
going to
through.
forget what Pix has done. Bo, good point here. Says we talked about the new tandem nickname we already have in Pickle Jars.
Oh,
Pickle Jars is good. We
That's
still got to
good
figure out
stuff.
what to yell. It felt weird. It felt dirty and gross that I couldn't yell stew after every save last night. Tried like yelling jar.
Do you remember
We'll
a time?
figure it out, Chad. We'll figure it out.
Do you remember a time when we didn't used to do that as a fan
I
base?
don't remember. It feels so long
that's
ago.
That's the Roberto Luongo effect.
Because
of
like
the
even when
NHL.
Pix makes a stop, I do just scream at the top of my lungs, Pix!
And I hate it. I think we can just end it now. Like it's okay to do it for picks,
Yeah.
but and like Stu made sense, but it also sounds like we're booing, and we
No.
don't need to. Like we just don't. Tristan doesn't work. Jari doesn't
No,
work.
nothing really works out.
It's okay to just let the goalie get a clap. I think we can go back to the
Just-
old way of
Let's go back to
clapping for
cheering on our
saves.
goaltenders
I don't know.
the normal way.
Just a thought. Just a thought.
That's fucking insane.
I know. I think I might be a little bit of a Scrooge on that one. I don't know what the chat's going to say.
Your
about
new
it, but-
stepdad asked, do you think the Oil make another goalie trade before the deadline? No, because of Connor Ingram still waiting in the wings down the AHL. I think they would pull that for Pickard before they'd make an actual trade.
I'm not a money guy. My username on Instagram is just the Danalytic because I think it's
He's a liar.
hilarious. But how could we possibly make any goaltender work? The way that goaltender contracts are these days, like there's no goalie out there that's making league minimum that's going to come in and solve this team's problems. So I think that we made that trade and the goalie die is cast. Connor Ingram might be the only solution.
I was going to say
come
that's
in
the
as our
only.
backup.
I don't see any trade going down. Maybe I'm taking the cheap way out because it's not a trade for that, but there could be a goalie change, a goalie transaction, if you will. Then it's pregame show. The opponent, the enemy tonight, it's the Montreal Canadiens taking on a Habs team that started out the season very hot and then has since cooled down. On November 8th, they were 10-3-2, top of the Atlantic Division, and since then they have gone 6-8-2. Their biggest issue is keeping the puck out of the net. They're 31st in the NHL in goals allowed per game. Sam Montembeault has an .857 save percentage. He has basically become, that is only 6 ticks above one Calvin Pickard, who has an .851, but Montembeault has become borderline unplayable. He's completely taken himself off of the Team Canada radar for the upcoming Olympics. Jacob Dobush, he's expected to get the start tonight for the Montreal Canadiens. He isn't much better. He has an .887 save percentage, but like we know with the Oilers, it isn't always just on the goaltending. It isn't that simple. They're leaking chances. They are prone to making mistakes. They're decor. They brought in Noah Dobson this past summer to try and shore up that decor, but the stats, the analytics show that they are getting outchanced when Noah Dobson is on the ice. Lane Hudson, he's a young stud, but he is still raw. Mike Matheson, he's known for his offense, not his defense. Alex Tessier, I believe he's like -13 something so far this season. So they definitely lack on the back end and defending. And then you throw in the fact Caden Gooley is also on the IR right now. But I'd be remiss not to mention the very good offense of the Montreal Canadiens. They're top 10 in both goals for per game and the power play. They got young studs. You know Nick Suzuki. We know Cole Caulfield. The Cock is his nickname as well. Shout out to Sandbagger with Spit and Chicklets.
There you go.
They're missing several key guys right now. Patrick Laine, Kirby Dach is injured. Stop me if you've ever heard that before. Caden Gooley, Alex Newhook. They're on the second half of a back-to-back. Played the Rangers last night. Blew it in overtime. They had a 2-goal lead. They had a 3-0 lead, then a 4-2 lead. They blew it. Lost in overtime. Daniel, they're still going to be hungry, though. They're on home ice. Second half of back-to-back, just like the Oilers. Could be a run-and-gun style game here as they like to score goals and they like to allow goals.
Well, this is a team that started off the season, I think, and got some of their numbers up to a little bit of a falsehood. So when we talk about their offense, even I think that they're struggling on all sides of the puck. I've been listening to a lot of Marty St. Louis conversations recently, and that's a guy that 365 days ago was we were talking about as being a Jack Adam candidate, and the Canadiens were going to be, they ended up in the playoff picture at the end of the season. But they're struggling this year, and so I hinted at it at the start of the show, and I do feel like this is a trap game for the Oilers of old, where perhaps they would have 2 months ago or a month ago, this team would have been prime for a Montreal Canadiens group to come in that's reeling and just be able to kind of have individuals do the right things and be able to have that go against the Oilers. I don't see that happening tonight. I don't see the Oilers taking this lightly. They know that the Montreal Canadiens are struggling, and they know that they've got Dobish, who's definitely not
nobody in their crease is having the season that they were looking for.
So the opportunity is there. I don't see this team letting it down right now, especially with the way that they're just playing hockey, in those 60 minutes every game.
Let's go now to our need to know info, courtesy of Wilhauk Beef Jerky. Only the finest tasting meat products earn the Wilhauk name, made from 100% Alberta beef. The jerky is aged, seasoned, smoked, and marinated to savory perfection. To get yo jerky on, head on over to wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Brett, let's pull up the tweet we got from Tony Brar about 20, 30 minutes ago. There you see it on your screen. A couple of lineup notes. Calvin Pickard is confirmed to start for the Oilers. And oil to the max, Maximum Jones will make his season debut coming in for Tommy Smokes. The top three lines in the defense pairs should remain the same. And then, as we all know, Leon Draisaitl sitting at 999 career points. Hell of a career thus far. 416 goals, 583 assists to be specific. Fifth player in franchise history if he were to do it. And the 103rd player in NHL history. Only 102 players have done this before. So shout out our boy Leon Draisaitl. Last year against the Habs, the Oilers went 1-1. They had a 3-0 loss in November, 3-2 win in March. And then they've met once already this season. We may remember it. The Habs had a solid lead in the third period, a 2-goal lead to be specific. The Oilers scratched, claw, fought their way back, and Vasily Podkolzin scored the game winner with just over a minute remaining in regulation. This is game 2 of a 5-game road trip for the Oilers. They got Pittsburgh on Tuesday, Boston on Thursday, and the Minnesota Wild on Saturday. How about that Quinn Hughes deal? Go quick here. What'd you think of that? What'd you think of the return?
Oh, man.
You got to stick on the oil, but that was blockbuster. I took a nap on Friday, and I woke up from my nap, and I was like, holy fuck, what happened in the NHL today?
You can't take a day off when Elliot Friedman tells you in the morning that it's going to be a busy day.
It's true.
But, the Quinn Hughes deal was shocking for sure. Feel for Canucks fans on that one. They don't really deserve what they're going to go through for the next – I know.
Yes,
I know.
they do.
I'm not doing it. I like
I'll
the
cut
crew.
your mic right
I like
now.
quads at Canucks Army.
Oh yeah,
Robert
Canucks
Munich
Army
and
guys
the
are
crew.
good.
Other
people in my DMs who are playing them in the playoffs.
They are destined for some tough times. Now, don't get me wrong; it's a nice package to get for Vancouver. If you like that's the kind of deal that they were really hamstringed into being able to make the transaction with 2 or 3 teams. And it sounds like the New Jersey Devils were into the mix towards the end, but they needed that centerman pick in the deal. So, for Canucks fans, tough days to watch your team just kind of walk out the door. We've now watched.
I'm going to be much more of a dick than you, and I'm going to say, suck on that, Canucks fans.
We've watched our 2 Canadian franchises on the West Coast here just absolutely get decimated.
I saw Waz on Twitter was getting kind of destroyed because he pointed out, he's like, the Oilers sent the Flames into a rebuild, and then he I don't know, it was maybe a stretch, but saying that they beat the Canucks in the playoffs and now have sent them into a rebuild. People did not like that for Matthew Wozniak. Canucks fans on Twitter did not like that. So shout out to Woz. On the other side, I need to know the Habs 16-11-4 record, 4th in the Atlantic, currently 1 point out of the first wild card spot. So it continues to be in that mushy middle. There you see it, the head-to-head between the two teams. They both have top 10 offenses, both top 10 in goals for per game. Montreal's 10th. The Oilers are 3rd. The Oilers power play, also 3rd in the NHL. The Habs power play is 6th. But look at those defensive numbers. Goals against, they are 31st in the NHL. And on the PK, they are ranked 26th. They've got plenty of injuries. Patrick Laine remains on LTIR. He underwent core muscle surgery back in October. He's going to be out a while. Once again, shocker, Kirby Dach is injured as well. He's on IR with a broken foot since November 16th. Alex Newhook has a broken ankle. He's out. Caden Goalie, he's out as well. He had some type of abductor surgery. I don't know what it was. It sounded very painful when I was reading up on it.
Partially torn abductor muscle and will miss 8 to 10 weeks as of October 18th.
Fuck, partially torn? Get out there, brother. What are you doing? I'm just kidding.
Just a couple stitches. It's fine. Internal stitches.
Come on, take a shot. Do whatever. Nick Suzuki, he leads the team in points. 8 goals, 28 assists, 36 points in 31 games played. Cole Caulfield, the Cock, leads the team in goals. 17, 16, 33, and 31. And then Lane Hudson, second season, is unreal with the point production. 27 points in 31 games, averaging just over 23 minutes a night. That's a drastic difference over there, people. And then Jacob Dobush expected to get the start. Jacob Fowler started last night against the New York Rangers, where the Habs would eventually blow it. Dobush has actually been the guy who's gotten the most work this season. He has 16 starts compared to Sam Montembeault's 13 because he has become unplayable.
Horrendous.
My storyline tonight, the only thing I'm looking for offense. I'm looking for the over to cash. It's a Calvin Pickard game. You never know what you're going to get when you've got a Calvin Pickard game going out there. But the fact that these Habs are just leaking goals all season the way they have, the PK struggles, the Oilers power play, it's on another level right now. Last night, they didn't score on some of their opportunities, but damn it, they were working that puck around, and they looked unbelievable. Then you take the fact, Jacob Dobush, he doesn't have great numbers this year. He's a young guy. I think he's made 32 career starts in the NHL. It's the second half of back-to-back with travel involved, but the Habs played yesterday as well. I think the Oilers, sometimes you got to lean on your offense, and I think tonight that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Oilers are a team that has struggled in the past and knows what it's like to struggle. For me, you key in on those top offensive guys of Montreal and just take them out of the equation. Let the rest of Montreal figure it out. They haven't been able to do it recent times. Why not be able to remove a Lane Hudson and remove a Nick Suzuki from the equation? Make their lives hard for the rest of the night. I think that this Oilers team will be able to be successful on that account and just be able to make a game easier for Calvin Pickard. We know everybody's the struggles have been well documented. We did play Stuart Skinner for a long stretch ahead of the Tristan Jarry trade, so he's had some time off to be able to work on some things. Just get him out there, get him a little bit of practice, but make his life easy for the game, and let's turn things around on that note as well.
Gordon Coates really need a win tonight to take the pressure off Jarry. Yeah, I think Calvin Pickard just needs a win because he needs to improve that 851 save percentage
Calvin himself
and 4.04 goals against average. Let's go now to the home team lineup brought to you by Oodle Noodle. Download the app today. They got the $2 deal, any premium box, any regular box. For $2 extra, you can get 2 green onion cakes, 5 spring rolls, or 6 deep fried wontons. Bert, throw it up for me, my brother. Nuge, McDavid, Hyman, Mick Hughes going again on the top line. Feels like we haven't blended in a minute here for Chris Knobloch. Let's keep it that way, brother. Second line, Pods, Dry, the boy, Matt Savoy. Your third, Freddie with Rico and Matthias Janmark. Your fourth line, Andrew Mangiapane with Curtis Laser. And oil to the max, Maximum Jones, number 46. Remember the debut he had last season? It was electric, man. He was all over the place. Let's see if he does that. Let's see if he does it. Maybe
he's a wrecking ball.
He was a wrecking ball. Shout out Miley Cyrus. Your D pairings, Ekholm with Bush, Nurse with Reggie, who was awesome last night. And then the new guy, Spencer Stastney with Ty Emberson. So what do we think of Spencer Stastney last night? Because I will be real. At first, he had my curiosity. And after last night, I think Spencer Stastney has my attention because he's an intriguing player, man. He is fast, and he can move the puck. He skates very well. The first game against the Leafs, he played 16-22, 4 shots on goal, a couple of giveaways, but it was a solid impression for a first game with the new team. He does have familiarity with Ty Emberson. They played on a pairing together from 2016 to 18 on the U.S. Men's National Development Program, and he was flying around out there, wasn't shying away from contact, broke a pair of ankles at one point as well with the puck as he was rounding his own net in the defensive end. That was Stastney's only his 82nd career NHL game, so he's got plenty of time for growth. Daniel, I'm curious, what'd you think of Spencer Stastney in his debut?
Well, I do want to give this Oilers team credit because it does feel like the scouts of the pro teams are doing their work and are finding some of these guys that none of us, frankly, had on our radar when it came to a replacement for one.
I had
Kulak.
no idea who Spencer Stastney was until about 8:15 a.m. on Friday.
And I think that the big book and everything that you hear from every single pundit that does this job is his skating is his number one factor, because that's what one person wrote in an article one time, and we're all just repeating it over and over again. But seeing it on the ice last night, I can confirm.
None of us have ever seen him play. We're like, well, I'm told he's fast. Can't confirm. Look fast.
Everybody was told. I give a little peek behind the curtain when I come on the show, but I just think that I think that we saw it. You saw it, that there's a comfortability there, and then that affects the rest of this defensive group. And then you've got guys like Alec Regula having otherworldly nights and getting his note clips and his clippings. It's unbelievable to see.
Dude, Regula was awesome last night. Like, he was all over the ice. He was touching the puck. He looked so confident, like, with the puck on his stick, which is not anything we've ever seen from Reggie. That's the nickname they give him. I like it, Reggie.
And I think that just comes down to comfort with your group that is on the ice. We've heard Connor McDavid talk about it. And when Connor says something in the media, like, listen, folks, when he's giving you a little peek behind the curtain and he says that it's nice to be able to meet as a group and as a line group and know what each other are going to be doing game to game to game, it's something to be said for this team to get a little bit more consistency there. I think that you're seeing it with a Stastney, where his skating is just going to be able to make him not be an issue for this team. He's going to be a non-factor on a lot of nights, which is what you want from your third pairing defenseman.
Absolutely. I've said, me and my love and affection for one Brett Kulak, I'm just possibly going to entirely take this on and throw it on Spencer Stastney and just keep the same going with the same role guy. He's just a 6 years younger, cheaper, faster, hopeful version of Brett Kulak.
A Spencer Stastney tattoo tonight? Is that what you're saying?
A
name bar on your back?
What are the odds, boys? Let's go now to the starting goaltender report, brought to you by Dogpatch, where we are for a lovely Tis the Siz afternoon. Daniel is stroking his emotional support chicken. I believe that is stroking.
I'm stroking my chicken.
His emotional support chicken.
Freezing.
Well, there it is.
Freezing.
No. Now you got the bigger one. It's got the erect chicken, if
now
you will.
I'm holding my chicken.
It's gonna be a great time down here tonight at Dogpatch. We still got a lot of people still here. All the market's still available. This place just smells amazing. It smells like Christmas candle. It smells like Christmas in here.
It always smells amazing in here because it's a restaurant and
yeah, you're right. It doesn't smell like food right now. It smells like Christmas.
That's what Aaron is trying to say. It's what Bordzy is getting at, is that it smells different within here. And yeah, I'm your Christmas translator for the evening. But yeah, it is awesome. It's really cool to me, again, as a guy I've worked in sports media for 19 seasons now, and when you look around the landscape of the industry that we're in, women are just not represented, and to be able to have a market here around sports and around hockey, I love to see it. I feel like I'm getting emotional just holding my emotional support chicken from the Tis the Siz Christmas market. But yeah, wonderful job again by Kennedy, Lisa, and Gina, and the whole crew here that put on this market. And a shout out to...
I just heard in the chat, because I saw Tammy just put, she needs that chicken. She wants that chicken. Well, there it is. The Starity Boutique.
No, that's a different one.
Oh,
it's Game Time Chicken.
I'm all over the place.
On
Game
Instagram.
Time Chicken.
Game Time Chickens on Instagram. You check them
now,
out on social media.
I will say about this one boutique.
This one is not available on the website though right now. They're coming soon.
Yeah, that's coming home with me. That's my new emotional support. Stewart chicken thing. Everybody, that chicken is amazing. It's a good stuff. Shout out to all the local people that came around for this one this evening. Starting goaltender report. Throw it up. Tail the tape between our two netminders. I hate looking at Calvin Pickett's numbers. Shield me away from it all. 3-3-2 record of 4.04 goals against with an 851. Yeesh. But
only place to go is up.
It is somehow worse than Jacob Dobish's 3.15 goals against with an 887, but he is 10-5-2 on the year. So Dobish started the season 6-0 actually, but since then it's kind of fallen off a bit. He has allowed 3 or more in 8 of his last 11 games. He was pulled on Tuesday in his last appearance after he surrendered 3 quick ones to the Tampa Bay Lightning. His save percentage is kind of cratered. There you see it at 887. Now, I will say, it is still significantly better than one Sam Montembeault, and this will always prove the argument that goaltending is absolute voodoo. Nobody knows what you're going to get night in, night out. goaltenders, injuries come around, head cases, life. I don't know what happens, but you look at Montembeault, Team Canada hopeful to be on the Olympic team. Now he's become borderline unplayable. This is a back-to-back this weekend for the Habs, and they're not doing either game with Sam Montembeault. He's the third guy on the outside looking in. It's been quite the fall off here as well, and I laugh at, year or two ago, people yelling about Stuart Skinner, how shitty he is. Why don't we get Sam Montembeault? Who knows, brother? You never know what's going to happen. I hope Tristan Jarry figured us out and can carry the Oilers to the Stanley Cup, but nobody fucking knows, and we'll see what happens. But here we are, Dobush over Sam Montembeault.
A message to the Team Canada brass. If you don't have Logan Thompson as the number one goalie for us in the Olympic roster, we riot. The discourse around Canadian goaltending has been going on for years. I remember years and years ago, I'm dating myself, I think it was like 2015, 2016. Hockey Canada had a symposium. Ron Tugnut was very concerned about Canada's appearance with goaltenders and how the rest of the world had kind of caught up to us at that position. I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel for the Canadian goaltending when it comes to
Logan Thompson, brother. That's
picture.
the light at the end of the tunnel.
But even
just
even
need one.
And I think that's really, somebody was talking about it. Tyler was talking about it, I think, on Oilersnation Radio, about how goalies really now are at that position where it's like you've got 6 goaltenders that are elite, and then the rest of them just exist. And you win hockey games or you lose hockey games based on what the rest of your team can do. And the Oilers are just in that position right now, and it is what it is. And the Canadiens are too. And they are struggling. At least for their sake, they've got some options. Whereas for us, we're kind of hemmed in now. And that trade, again, not to be negative, but that trade has really committed us to Tristan Jarry as our goalie of the future.
Oh, the McDavid era will be defined by Tristan Jarry and what he does in the crease. We've already done this yesterday. We did it Friday on ONE, but I'm nervous. I'm nervous about the deal, but I'm real. I want you to see the real boards here as well. Let's go now to the away team lineup, brought to you by the Jasper Pond Hockey Tournament, coming up in January of 2026. I believe registration's still open. It's going to be an unbelievable time down there. Tyler says it rivals the Nation Vacation. That hurt to hear because,
That's tough to hear.
I've never been to the Jasper Pond Hockey Tournament before. On the beautiful Lake Mildred in beautiful, revitalized Jasper. Shout out to the city of Jasper for everything they've gone through. I should be wearing my Jasper Bears sweatshirt as well right now. Too much good merchandise at nationgear.ca.
There's a lot of choices.
Somebody said it was sold out on nationgear.ca, so I was partially correct.
Okay.
It was there.
It was available. It is now not. That is one of the first, not the first events, but that's one of my early events with the Nation, and it is a great time. If you're able to go out and just check it out as a fan, I think it's worthwhile doing. Just have the opportunity to go to Lake Louise.
Anytime going to Jasper, pretty dope.
Seeing the world that is our mountain ranges and our. I said I misspoke there. But yeah, the Pond Hockey Tournament is a ton of fun, and I hope it only gets bigger, because to me that's what hockey is all about. Just having some fun with some friends, getting a group together. Yes, there is an elite group. Be careful if you're signing up. Don't sign up for that elite group, because you're playing against former NHLers. I think our crew is in there always, just to make sure everything is even and fun.
See how good Tyler really is.
But it's a good time to go out and check it out and just see hockey how it is. I think there's one down east that's set up like a big shinny tournament again. Same idea, and I'd love to see it get bigger here in Alberta.
It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be snowy. That's gonna be beautiful. Some Baileys in your coffee and your mug out there.
It's a great time.
Playing loose. Smoking cigarettes.
They've got fires going
like the
on
old
the
days.
ice. It's a good time.
It's going to be a good one. Also, Tammy said, I am ordering a chicken tonight.
Nice.
So there we go, Dan.
We did it.
We did it. We said we wanted to bring one on the show to see if we could do it. And then your new stepdad, this made me laugh my ass off. He said, if you squint your eyes, bash your head against the table, that 851 kind of looks like a 951. Sir, you have a concussion now. Don't fall asleep. Stay awake tonight. Watch the Oilers bring belt to ass.
951 backup goaltender.
Then Nick said, we're not a save percentage show. Also, Tristan Jarry got a thumbs up last night, I believe, from one Liam Horvath.
I couldn't see him giving anything else but a thumbs up after that performance.
He got a W. That's what he got last night. Bert, throw it up. The projected Montreal Canadiens line this evening. Cole Caulfield with Nick Suzuki and Zach Bolduc. Your second line, Juraj Slavkovsky with Oliver Kapanen. He is the only other player besides Cole Caulfield to have double digits in goals this season. Kapanen has 10. And then Ivan Demidov, the right wing on that second line youngster. Then Josh Anderson with Owen Beck and Alex Tessier. Then Jake Evans, Joe Veleno, and Brendan Gallagher. Mike Matheson is your top pairing with Alex Carrier. Lane Hudson with Noah Dobson. It's pretty damn good looking second pairing there. And then Arbor Jacki with Adam Enstrom. I believe Arbor Jacki scored his first goal last night against the New York Rangers. This team, I think they're defined by their leader in Nick Suzuki. Shout out anybody who was willing to learn an entirely different language to be the captain of that team, the leader in the community, and everything that comes with being the captain of the Montreal Canadiens. But he's having an unreal year, dude. 36 points, 31 games. He plays in every situation. Top power play, PK. He's like the Nuge. He's on if you're down a goal at the end or if you're up a goal at the end. He can do anything, and he's really put his name in the hat for Team Canada up here at the upcoming Olympics. Shot out of a cannon. Will Nick Suzuki be on the team? I think so. I think they like him.
I think that it would be hard for them to turn down the center versatility. I know that Team Canada brass do love to have that ability to have guys playing the wings that are traditionally centers. So I could see him being on the roster for sure. You know, and you know, we talk about Edmonton being a tough market. Well, Montreal is the market where if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere when it comes to hockey. And he is a captain's captain. And I said it for my keys to the game. You take that kind of offense out of the game and make the rest of Montreal's depth have to do the work, you're going to be able to win the hockey game.
Look at some of that roster there. The elite talent definitely falls off after a bit. Also, I just pulled out my phone for the first time all show. There's 18 sleeper notifications for fantasy football. So much went down in that 56 minutes. I put my phone away. Injuries, touchdowns, everything. I'm so nervous to open that up. But let's go now to Bordzy's Bankroll, brought to you by Bet365. I was pulling out my phone because I needed to actually place these ones. Shout out Bet365. 19 plus. Please play responsibly. Only bet what you are willing to lose. Throw it up for me here, my boy Bert. It's Leon's World. I did throw this as a late curveball. So I think we're going to kick it off with a Nuge 1+ point, which is at -175. The Nuge, he's been on fire ever since he got back in the McHugh line with Connor McDavid and Zach Hyman. And I really just want to bet on anything that's around Connor McDavid because the second option is Connor McDavid 2+ points. He's on a tear right now. And Bet365 has yet to adjust their numbers. It's still +100 tonight for McDavid to get 2+ points. I don't know if they've been watching the games. He's getting 3 points a night recently, 15 in his last 5 games. So Bet365 doesn't want to adjust. I will continue to take advantage of that. Well. And then finally, the last one, it's Leon Draisaitl night. I want him 2+ points at +140. Is he scoring a goal tonight is my question to you, Daniel.
Well, you know, I think that, yes, I think he's probably going to be firing the puck a little bit more.
I think they're going to be feeding him pucks as well.
Exactly. So, I mean, you got to think that as long as he doesn't get it too early, I think that was the issue for Connor McDavid last night. He was absolutely firing that puck and should have been firing all night, should have led the team in shooting, but he didn't. I think Leon gets that, and also this team knows the moment and understands this is his 1,000 point night, and it's going to be happening tonight.
And locked in on Bordzy's Bankroll. There we go. Final question. Score predictions, anytime goal scores. The God above, the man above, Brett. If you also have a wager you've been thinking about placing, I believe last night Brett hit his spider, but I'm curious if that went his way on Sunday Football today. Shout out to Chicago Bears. They caught a dub. It must be nice. Fuck it. I'm so pissed. Brett, how you doing?
Yeah, nothing for the game tonight because I'm still sweating my second window NFL stuff. So waiting to see how that comes out, and then we will. Almost had a 8-leg touchdown parlay this morning with I had 6 of the 8 touchdowns. My girlfriend was very excited for that one, but that one didn't go our way. So no, we'll see if I get anything in the first period, and then I'll let you know. I'll update you in pregame or after dark.
Come here. I want Kennedy to come over here and see what she has to say about Leon Draisaitl getting a career point number 1,000.
Oh,
Daniel, score prediction, anytime goal score.
Oh, I'm going to say it's an Edmonton Oilers victory 5-4, and I'm going to say my anytime goal scorer is one Spencer Stastney.
I'm going to trade you out quickly
Yes.
here for our gal Kennedy. People, the puck won't be dropped for a couple of minutes. You can stay here and hang out. Pre-gaming, my queen, Kennedy.
Hello.
She organized an unbelievable event. This place was packed
This
today.
place is
This place is
awesome.
bumping. I said it smells Christmassy. It smells delicious. I also can't wait to get a nice dill pickle chowder soup from Dogpatch. Shout out them as well. This one seems like a highly successful event. I even bought a candle.
Good for you.
I'm a big candle guy.
I went shopping as well. Honestly, shout out to everybody that came down to Dogpatch today, and shout out to our vendors. This is our first ever Tis the Siz market that we've ever done here at the Dogpatch. And it was a huge success. Everybody seems to be having a blast. We had tattoos going on upstairs. There was a candle being lit. We had you can see the eye gel.
Yeah, I saw
video
Waz.
on
I saw
social
Waz
media.
dabble through, and he wanted to get
Waz
his eyes
hung out
done.
with the girls for the afternoon, and he got eye gels going on.
He's just
so-
one of the gals, my boy
Yeah.
Matthew Wozniak. Okay, then the question I have for you:
Yeah,
Leon Draisaitl, 999 career points.
Oh.
Kennedy, does he do it tonight?
easy.
Does he do it
Easy,
with a
does it.
goal or an apple?
I
And
think
do they clear the benches for point 1,000? I feel like the Oilers won't.
I
They're all business all the
they're
time.
all
but
business, but you know that he's gonna have a little swagger to him for sure. So he definitely does it tonight, and then maybe a couple other points on top of that. I think it comes off of a goal, though. I think it makes sense.
I think it's only right. If
Yeah.
I think of Leon Draisaitl 1,000 points, I think of in his office lining one up and firing it
He's the man.
past. Okay, give me a
Okay.
score prediction. And then I would ask for an anytime goal scorer, but that's going to be Leon.
Well, it's Leon.
Score prediction, what happens?
Number 29. Score prediction. I'm gonna say 4-2 for the Edmonton Oilers, of course, and I think we get a
Kennedy's a goat, baby.
Thank you,
Ooh.
appreciate it. But you guys are honestly the best that come out and support us on these events too. So shout out to all of you guys.
I don't have a job without you, so
That's
thank
it.
you at home.
It's all about you guys, really, and that's what we do. So we got a bunch of more events coming up in 2026. So we'll see you.
The people are in the chat. This is just a nonstop slideshow here of Brett. Just everybody loves Kennedy.
thanks,
I
Brett.
love Kennedy. We love the Edmonton Oilers. Hopefully they can catch a dub this evening. For me, I'm going
Yeah, what you
I'm
do?
going 5-3 for the Oilers. The over is going to smash. Calvin Pickard versus Jacob Dobish. There's going to be some goals tonight.
There's gonna be some goals.
Connor McDavid on Another World. Leon Draisaitl looking for 1,000. There's going to be some goals. And I'll go my anytime goal scorer, Leon Draisaitl. That'll do it for us pre-gaming down here at Dogpatch. We will be live for Oilersnation After Dark at the conclusion of the game, or hopefully me and Danta Claus, as I saw somebody put in the chat earlier. Shout out to whoever that was. I noticed. Hopefully
We
it's
all
going to be a
noticed.
good one. I'm going to enjoy my soup down here at Dogpatch. Good luck to everybody in the Bet365 Battlegrounds. Stick taps in the chat for Kennedy. Throw down your like. This was
Tis
an
the
unbelievable
Siz.
event. Tis the Siz. I love you all. Let's talk in a couple hours.
W.